What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 10, episode number 14. Today, we're going to be working on some Powah and a little bit more in applied energistics because we're getting to that point of if we go downstairs, we're getting to that point where I really need like circuits and stuff faster, and I'm kind of tired of coming out here and throwing stuff inside of these. So I thought we would work on some of the things that we need to do to get this whole uh, this stuff automated, which means we're going to need patterns. We're going to need all kinds of good stuff. So to do that, so if we take a look at the recipe for the calculation processors, you can throw them in a scrabber, 1, 1, 1. Obviously, we get 1, or we can toss them inside of a crystal assembler, and we can get 4 at a time for the cost of money. The recipe for a crystal assembler, though, requires a skystone tank, which is easy, not a problem, and our machine frames, which uses our intro stuff. So off camera, I went ahead and we had already did some of that type of work back over at the other base. So I did some more of that off camera. So if we take a look at intro, ENTRO, you see I've got a chunk of them. I mean, I sat around for probably a half hour, just getting crystals. Because again, remember, it takes a Fluix block and then you give it a seed, and then this block expires and turns into Certus quartz. So this isn't an easily automatable thing. You could probably do it with formation and annihilation planes, but for what we're doing, I don't think we need that right away. So we wanted to make this, which again requires this, which requires this. We could just toss gold lapis and the intro dust inside of some water and we can get one. But if we put this thing inside of a reaction chamber, you can double it. So this is the way that we're going to go. So we're going to work on getting the reaction chamber, getting that set up with some automation and some various things like that. So let's get started. First off, first thing we need is we're going to need our reaction chamber. So I made a matter condenser. I made a vibration chamber. Vibration chamber was easy. Just energy acceptors, all stuff that we've made before. So this will give us our chamber. So if we grab some smart cable, we're going to need some more. Let's grab maybe 20 of you and maybe 100 or so. We don't know. Definitely can't do 100. Maybe 30 more of you, just so we have them. The reason I want smart cable is because, again, we're dealing with channels and all kinds of things like that. We're going to need some pattern providers. And what I want to do is I would like to start sticking some of this stuff over here. These are going to be some of our one-off machines. So if we take a look at this, I want to follow this line all the way down. And because we already ran wires over here for this actually makes it really super convenient. So we are on the path of the wood. Okay. So if we come over here, if we dig down right here, have our cable, which is excellent. It's not going to help us for power though. So we do have to figure out how we're going to do the power situation. And we'll get to that here in a moment. Where's my axe? There it is. So I'm going to just dig up some of this stuff because, I mean, we're going to need it here soon. So if we throw down our, let's just, because this is going to be one of those items that we're not going to need often. I think it's going to be a set and forget. I think we stick it down right here, and then we can drag our, you could probably just use regular Fluix cable for this. I'm down one too far. It's okay. I did it again. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. This might work out for us in the long run, though, because this will let us. So that's online now. We need to get power. We need to get power over here, which we could probably. Oh, how do we want to do this? Just dire things? Yeah, just dire. Dire's mod has a power thingamajig, right? Yeah, an energy transmitter. Celestia gem. Which is Void Shimmer Goo, which we haven't been to the end, so we can't do that. We could do laser IO. We could break the block back here. Let me think about this power thing, and then we will be right back, because we're actually gonna need a pattern provider right here. That's gonna pipe up into this. Yeah, let me think about the power, how we want to do the power, and then I will be right back to figure out how we're gonna bring power into this guy. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Temporarily, I moved one of our wind turbine outside to pipe in here. Just is a temporary thing. I just stole it from over there. But because we're also going to be getting into Powah today, I think what we're actually going to end up doing will be using the ender gates here, because this is wireless transfer. But I wanted to at least try to get this one working, so we could verify that our system is set up correctly. I was going to use Ender IO. I was going to use Laser IO, but I didn't have enough components currently to do that. So I just decided to just bite the bullet and temporarily move this thing over. But let's set a pattern. Now, when we've seen how we program things in our pattern for a normal block. So, for example, if we wanted to, encode the crystal assembler, this is a crafting grid pattern. This is one that is used, just like your crafting table. You throw these items in, and it crafts. Because we are looking at entropy ingots, or intro infused ingots. we actually, so we're going to need 32 dust, 32 gold ingots, and 32 lapis lazuli, plus power, plus water. So if we tell it to send this to here, you'll notice that this changes down to processing pattern. Okay, so why is it not sending the water over? Interesting. It's supposed to send the water over there too. Do we have to manually water? $1,000. So 1 bucket. So if we, yeah, so we'll have to just manually enter the these in. So if we take a look at the intro item again, one bucket of water plus 32 plus 32 plus 32 will equal 64. So we want to take this and we want to encode this guy in. And instead of putting it inside of our standard molecular assembler, we want to put it inside of our reaction chamber. So again, and you can do it with the pattern thing over there, or again, you can put it inside of here. And now if we wanted to do this, I don't have we need to go get some dust. Can I sag mill this? No, it has to be in the crusher. Didn't I think I put the crusher down in the basement temporarily. Again, so many things that we need to like. Oh, never mind. I got dust right here. So if we stick all of this stuff in the system now, let's put those back in. Put the farmland in, put the calculation processors in. Keep the stairs on me. Nah, the stairs can go in. Clear glass. Okay, so now what we want to do, right, is I say I want to make one of these. Well, it doesn't know how to make only one. It makes, ooh, the recipe is messed up. Recipe's messed up. We need to re-encode this recipe. Look, it only put in one. We want this recipe here. We want 32 plus we want the water. So we have to add the water again. So we add water as well. So 1 bucket plus 32 plus 32 plus 32 equals 64. And we'll just throw that inside of the chamber right here. Now, as I was saying, if I only needed one, it doesn't know how to make only one. It's gonna make 32 of them by default. So we tell it to start, and what that'll do is it'll automatically throw all of the appropriate things. Oh, wow, that was fast. Throw all of the appropriate things. Ooh, we didn't use. Interesting. Auto export. Perfect. Why did that only use? It was 1,000 millibuckets, right? 1 bucket of water. Water. Let's make that again because it intro. Make 1. It's going to make 32. Start. Puts the items in, throws it inside the chamber, and it makes our ingot. Now it's leaving a little bit of water still in there, and I don't know why. 0.5. So that'll be something we'll have to figure out. But that gets us our intro. Our intro infused crystals. So that's our reaction chamber. The other thing that we wanted to make was the crystal assembler, because again, I got tired of making everything by hand. So we want to make let's get these crafting. And then we still don't have everything for this. We don't have any illuminated panels. Really? Okay. But we know how to craft it. Try this again. Wonder if I should just put this thing inside of a oh, it wants an ME terminal. That's that. Okay. I see what you're doing. I get what you're laying down now. So, crystal assembler. And we need another pattern for this guy. Pot. And what we're going to do is we're going to continue to be bad. And we're just going to throw this one down right here. Right? So we have this, and then we're going to throw him down right here. And he's going to get power. And then what we can do is we can say, okay, how do we make our crystal how do we make our say logic chips, right? So if we look at the recipe for this, it's this inside of here. So four of each of these guys, and we throw this pattern inside the crystal assembler. And assuming we have everything, which we're missing silicon, because of course we are. I don't think I have any more. Oh, I have 4. Nice. So basically this gets around having to use our so let's say we wanted to make 1. Start. She does its crafting purposes. It goes in, throw in auto eject, and it completes the circuit. So really nice automation, really, really good. Now, let's get started with some better power, because all these things that we're doing now are great, but I mean, we're going to need, not that one. We're going to need better power at this point. So how do we do that? We need some wireless power. We need a bunch of different things to be able to do this. I want to keep that binding card. I didn't put that back inside my thingy down here. So you need to go back in here. So Okay, so what things do we need on us for Powah? I went ahead and took some time to program some things inside of the system so we can work through this together. If you've never used Powah before, or you are rusty with Powah, grab the it's industrial foregoing Powah. It's got a great manual that walks you through what each of the blocks does, how they work, and so forth. If you don't want to use the manual, open up your quest book and welcome to Powah. The starter point of Powah is to get some of this uranite so you can get these guys here. And we're going to need our wrench. Where did I put that wrench at? Right here. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to put our reactors over here. This makes it easy for us to run cables and everything for right now. I mean, this is all going to change. But the starter point of Powah as a whole is you need this block here called the energizing orb. Okay? So to complete this task, you need an energizing orb, some cables, and at least 3 rods. I went ahead and put all of these guys into the system. So if we take a look at Powah, we need 1 energizing orb, and you only need 1. We're going to grab that. We are going to need some energy cables. I mean, we'll just grab 10 to start with. We are going to need a couple of basic guys, and you know what we'll do is we'll start with just the 3 that it wanted us to make. And those don't stack. Actually, it wanted us to make 3 of the starter ones, didn't it? No, it was fine. Q, Q, Q. Oops. We're actually going to come over here for this to get started. Why didn't that quest complete? Basic energizing rod. Interesting. All right, well, we'll deal with that in a minute. So the way this works is you put items. So this is your crafting mechanic, basically, of this game. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick an energizing rod like here, here, and here. And it looks like these only attach to the Powah energy cables. So be aware of that. You can't put them directly on this. You also can't. It also doesn't appear that this. You should have been able to connect. Whoops. Why connecting? If we grab backpack, let's grab our wrench. Can we wrench this into existence? There we go. And this one and this one. So now all those have power, and they're basically just gonna start filling up with juice. Because I don't think these cables. So config mode. So we want power coming out. So see how the arrows are going this way? Now, you can leave it like this. That's showing power going both directions. I'm just going to change them so that they're all outgoing. Just because. All right. So that's our very first step with this. The next thing that we want, that is going to seriously bother me. I wonder if it's because I didn't put it inside of a crafting table. Hang on, let's go upstairs. Having more of these is fine. We're gonna end up using a lot of them. So so if we do one of these. Yeah, okay, so what we'll do is we'll go like this. Basic. We're gonna control click this. And what we'll do is we'll go like this and pull it out manually. Let's see if that registered. So I think because I didn't. All right, well, it's not what I wanted to do, but so let's take a look at our cables, reactors. Let's make the energizing orb, I guess. We'll just make it again. It's not going to harm anything. Oh, wait a minute. Is it finally catching up to me here? Oh, no. Nah. Dielectric, okay. Put this on us. Put this on us. There we go. All right. So it was fine. I just was a derp. Let's put that stuff back in there. Put the energy cable back away. Put this back down in here. Like I said, this isn't going to harm us in any way, shape, or form because we're going to end up using a lot of these. But basic mechanics on how this thing works. You stick some items in here, and you get some items back. I mean, that's the very, very, very basics of how this works. So if we take a look at this, first things we need to do is we need to make some energized steel, which we could make seeds for, but we need blocks of steel for us. So this is a little early. We will be doing this because honestly, I don't like automating this piece. So seeds are going to come in handy, but we need to make this up to start with. So if we click on this, basically one ingot and one of iron and one ingot of gold can equal this. Now you can use blocks for this. So if we look at iron, let's just grab a stack because we have a lot of iron. We'll grab a stack of gold too while we're at it. But we're only going to have one in our well, actually, no, we'll go like this. So if you right click this, it's going to stick the entire. Oh, actually, only put one in there. So what you do is you put those in, and then you 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure what the maximum is. So I think it's just 1 and 1. Right? Yeah. And there's no user interface for this, so you really just have to kind of do this manually for a while. Or you could set up a modular router to do this, because a modular router would 100% work to be able to do this. Which is probably how I'm gonna set it up to start with. And you see right there on the tooltip, it says how much power it has. We've thrown 30,000 power out of the 90,000 that we need. So what are we? Where are we? Why aren't you? And you're outputting out the side. Oh, hang on. I think I know why. Let's get rid of our. Maybe not. Whoops. Let me work on this for a minute, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, so basically what it was is Powah does not like the power cables that we were using. So you need to actually use their cables, which, I mean, kind of makes sense. So as you see, take this, you put each of your blocks in there. It pipes in the power, and you can see on the tooltip there on the bottom, you know, it takes 90,000 RF to be able to do this. And this is your basic Powah start up. So give me a minute. I'm going to set up an automation for putting these blocks in here with modular routers, and I will come back and explain how we're going to do that. Okay, so I couldn't figure out how to do it with modular routers, so I figured I'd test and see if we could do it with applied energistics. Since we're going to be going heavy on applied energistics, you absolutely can. So basically, all I did is I attached a cable to our existing network over here. So now we're running 6 out of 8 channels. This placement was just for a test for now. I'll end up moving all this stuff around later. But basically made a pattern that says 1 block of iron and 1 block of gold equals 2 energized steel ingots. So I have a craft going on right now for 144 blocks of steel, which, I mean, this is going to do some damage to our power, but that's okay. This is kind of what we're doing. Basically, I'm doing 144. This way I can just make the seeds. Because if we take a look at the energized seeds, energized steel seeds, it takes 4 blocks of 9 blocks each. So we need a, wait a minute, that's heavier. Block of steel 1x. Yeah. So 9 blocks to equal 1, and we need 9. Oh, you know what? I may be doing way too many. Yeah, we're doing way too many. Cancel this. And then basically all I did is I just put a pipe on here to pull out to suck back into the pattern provider, because the pattern provider does a return inventory. Oops. and that created our things. So we need some Imperium essence. We need 4 of these. Let that go. So auto crafting is so nice for things like this. But so what we're gonna do is we are going to call the episode here, and that took us through the beginning stages of Powah. Next time we'll build a reactor, and I will have things a little bit better organized so that we can run this thing as efficient as possible with some other goodies for power. So, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all next time. Bye.